From WKYC Studios, this is What's Next with Russ Mitchell and Lena Lai.
We begin tonight with the latest in the investigation into a massive fire at a Cleveland apartment complex.
This is drone video of the fire that broke out around 4:30 at the complex in the 7,000 block of Garden Valley Avenue near Kinsman. Tonight, we have learned Cleveland fire officials are now calling this an explosion and fire. At this hour, we know some injuries have been reported, and there's video of some dramatic rescue attempts, including the moment a baby was thrown to safety out of a third-floor window. We spoke with one of the men who helped catch that baby.
I caught one child, and then there was two other women. The child was about maybe 2, and, you know, they was on the 3rd floor stuck. Had to do what I had to do.
The fire happened at a sprawling apartment complex near Kinsman and East 79th Street. That's in the Garden Valley neighborhood. We have team coverage tonight. Annabelle Childers and Sia New Yorker are covering the story this evening. We begin with Sia, who arrived on the scene minutes after the fire began. Sia, good evening.
Good evening, Russ and Lena. That fire, unfortunately, has reignited, and crews are here on the scene trying to put that fire back out. You can see the crews spread out here in the complex, and the parking lot is flooded as they work again to put that fire out. Now, I can tell you at least 5 people have been taken to the hospital, some with critical injuries. Just after 4 Monday afternoon, Cleveland Fire Department was called to this apartment complex on 70th and Garden Valley after reports of an explosion. When crews arrived, they found several buildings with flames and smoke coming out of them. Lieutenant Mike Norman says firefighters worked quickly to get the fire under control, but it was a challenge. The complex has 44 buildings and is massive.
Once it got into that underneath that roof, it ran the entire length of the building. So it started on the south side, and we've got fire all the way to the north side of the building. It's a big, like I said, 44 units. It's a big building. There's like wings to it.
Fire officials say the damage to the complex is estimated at more than $3.5 million. And the Red Cross has sent a disaster response team to assist those who are displaced. I spoke with some who told me they are devastated, holding on to what they could grab before they escaped their homes. Some roamed around looking for their pets. Our 3 News cameras caught this firefighter rescuing a cat from one of the buildings. And then we captured this reunion with the family who thought they'd lost everything.
Hey, boy. I'm relieved. I'm very relieved. I'm very relieved.
I just hope they bring my baby boy out.
We got a kitten left. We're going to go put them in and wait for our kitten.
They say they feel blessed, even though they're at a loss.
Looking at the damage that's done to that building, man, all I can say is God was present here. That's all I can say.
Cleveland Fire says that firefighters here on the scene searched all of the buildings to make sure that there were no victims, and crews will be here overnight monitoring for hot spots. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Now to my colleague Annabelle Childers, who spoke with some of the residents who live here and wants to talk to us a little bit about how they're going to navigate all of this. Annabelle.
We'll see. Know from talking to people, surviving that fire really just the first step here. Now they're looking at this building, knowing that the place that was their home is now burned, knowing that a lot of their belongings are either completely destroyed or unsalvageable. It happened so fast.
We heard a boom.
First, the sound of the explosion, and then the mad rush to get out.
I was scared for my kids' life.
But for some, escaping the apartment didn't mean they'd fully escape the flames.
Came outside, we seen a man on fire and 2 kids on fire. We poured water on them, tried to get them out the sun because their skins was burning, so we was trying to get them out the sun.
Neighbors still reeling from the traumatic boom rushed to help each other.
The little girl, she was telling me, she was like, am I gonna die, am I gonna die? I kept telling her, no, you're not gonna die, just be calm.
But once the adrenaline went down, the sinking weight of loss took its place.
But I lost everything. I don't have anything on me, you know? Like my wallet, everything. everything.
The people who weren't here when the fire started coming back to rubble.
And this is crazy. We just homeless.
We can't be here. It's not safe. Where are we gonna go? I can't go to no shelter with 6 kids.
And now, as they struggle to figure out what's next for them while looking at the growing damage, they're also keeping in mind the people now in the hospital.
I hope they're okay. I hope they get through whatever they're going through, and I hope they healed properly, and God got them.
Now, talking to one of those men today, he's really hoping he can get his family into a new apartment, but it's unclear where they can go, what units might be available. We do know that in the short term, the American Red Cross has set up a temporary shelter for displaced residents to stay tonight. That is at the Zelma George Recreation Center. So a short-term resource, but of course, more to see there.
Okay, Annabelle Childers and See a New Yorker live in Cleveland. Thank you.